Hey everybody, it's your girl, Pam Goodwin, aka Exquisite Bliss of Spiritual Life Coaching. And in this video today, I'm going to be discussing spiritual alchemy and the 7 stages of it. So let's just jump right on in. So what is spiritual alchemy? Spiritual alchemy is the process of inner transformation of our thoughts, our actions, our emotions, and our feelings with our higher self. Now, when we think in terms of physical alchemy, alchemy relates to physical properties, whereas spiritual alchemy relates to liberation of limiting belief systems and structures that we were programmed with and fears. So, as I said before, there are 7 stages, so let's just jump right into it. So the first stage being calcination. And what that is, in a physical sense, is burning of materials into ashes. In spiritual alchemy, it is the dissolving of the ego. Those negative traits and characteristics that keeps us from being happy because we're carrying around all these excess baggage. So think about Erykah Badu and Bag Lady. You're going to hurt your back carrying all them bags like that. So just think of it as your wake-up call. The second stage is called dissolution. In the physical sense, that is where those ashes are dissolved into water. In spiritual alchemy, it is where we realize that we are not who we thought we were, and we identify less and less with that. It is at this stage where we are entering into our spiritual awakening and on our journey into spiritual maturity. Okay, so the third stage of the process is separation. And this is where, in the physical sense, there is a separation and filtering of the elements. And in the spiritual alchemy sense, this is where we separate our thoughts from our emotions so that we can see them and understand them clearly. At this time, old emotions may resurface, and it is a good time to connect to our shadow and do some shadow work. The fourth stage is conjunction. And at this point, the filtering and the separateness and the filtering has formed a new substance. And it is at this stage where the unconscious mind, the darkness, and the conscious mind, light, they meet and join, and they give us a better attitude towards ourselves and others. And it also creates this inner space so that we can get honest with ourselves and get in touch with ourselves. Okay, so the 5th step is fermentation. And this, in a physical sense, this is the process of where living organisms such as bacteria is being introduced in order to further continue the breakdown process. And in the spiritual alchemy sense, welcome to the dark night of the soul. This is the rebirth stage to where you are becoming more defined to who you were truly meant to be. And it can be very troublesome during this stage as you open up to the divine and connect with your higher self. But don't worry, it is only temporary. It won't last forever. And the 6th stage is known as distillation. And that is the boiling, in a physical sense, that is the boiling to purify. And in a spiritual alchemy sense, that means washing away of the ego or what's left of it. And your soul becomes purified. And you now can think for yourself, and you can also think beyond your selfish desires. And now we're at the 7th and the final stage of the process, and that's called coagulation. So if you think about it in terms of when you've had a wound and it was bleeding, and eventually it stopped and it formed a scab over the wound, right? And it protected that wound because new skin was forming under there. And once that new skin had formed under there, the scab falls off. You're all new again, right? Okay, well, spiritual alchemy and coagulation is actually, again, where the unconscious, the darkness, and the light, the conscious mind, becomes whole. It becomes a new thing. You are now liberated and no longer a prisoner of your own mind. And you now begin to understand that your internal life and your external life, they reflect each other. You understand that your thought creates your reality. And so now you can begin to create the reality that you do desire. So I hope this video has helped someone. If you have any questions, reach out, speak up, and ask for what you need. We are here. I thank you so much for watching, and I pray that you have a wonderful day. Deuces.